Good morning, Cougars.
It's February 13th.
A day 3.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Magdalene.
And here are your morning announcements.
If there is a girl or guy you've ever wanted to send a secret message to, well, this is your chance. The C Flats are selling singing grams in the atrium. $3 for one or $5 for two. This can be done anonymously for your secret crush.
The dance is coming up, everybody, so let's go check out an ad for that.
Con los terroristas.
Harlem Shake.
Well, seems like it's going to be a pretty fun dance.
Yes, it does. Do you need help bringing your grades up? Go to the CB Tutoring tab on the Colonel By website for details.
Throughout our virtual classroom initiative, the video conferences that take place in Mr. Baird's class have had the chance to send Callum Laurie to sit down with the Senator Romeo Dallaire, Senior Fellow at the Montreal Institute for Genocide and Human Rights Studies and the co-director of the Will to Intervene.
Let's go check it out.
Here I am, finally, with Romeo Dallaire. It's great to meet you, sir.
Did you learn your skill from George Stropolopoulos?
I may have learned some of my skills from the maestro.
Very cool.
So, Mr. Dallaire, could you tell me a little bit about why you think our Canadian youth should be so concerned with youth elsewhere in the world, these child soldiers?
Canadian youth are from the 20% of the have of humanity. I mean, we're a country that masters technology. We've got a strong work ethic. We believe in human rights. And we have no colonial past, except that we have still failed miserably with our Aboriginal people, and I hope we will resolve that. Now, why we should be engaged is because we've become very conscious of the fact that in other countries, mostly developing countries where there are conflicts, civil wars, imploding nations, failing states, is that all of a sudden the adults have decided that a very effective and cheap and expendable weapon system is arming youth, your peers, and younger. And that is a crime against humanity, but it's a crime against you. It's a crime against you and the future by setting up these children as instruments of war that ultimately will make it more difficult for those nations to go through reconciliation and rebuild. And the second reason is you guys have got incredible capabilities.
Sure.
I mean, you master the social networks, you've got and can find resources to actually go and see what's happening there and bring back that information. And you can also educate, you can become activists, you can influence others in order to be engaged.
So what exactly was it, I mean, obviously this is such a huge issue, but what was it that sparked, what incited you to return to Rwanda 10 years after the genocide?
Well, I was invited by the government, that's one thing, but,
sure.
but I went back as an attempt to sort of reconnect with my soul that I had left there on those hills during that horrible genocide. And so reestablishing that human link with my spiritual side was very important. And in so doing, discovered that how the country was resilient and how people were trying to move with that experience into a future that might provide them with hope and with serenity. And so it was very worthy of them to invite me back and then to be so expressive in their willingness to see a positive future.
Sure. And that willingness, was that sort of part of what drove you to create Zero Force, your organization? And could you tell us a little bit about Zero Force?
Yeah, Zero Force comes out of the 3 pillars of the Romeo Dallaire Child Soldier Initiative.
Sure.
And the Child Soldier Initiative was created with an ultimate aim of eradicating from the face of the earth even the thought that one day we would use children, or continue to use children, recruit children to be weapons of war, primary weapons of war.
Absolutely.
By army and so on. So that's the aim of that. And so there's a training pillar where we're training military, we're training police, we're going through education systems in schools. We're doing that right now in Sierra Leone. We've been doing it in the Congo. There's a research side where what are the new methods by which we can make those child soldiers a liability to the adults who want to recruit them. So meaning we can stop them from being an effective weapon system without killing them, which is going on right now in Mali as an example.
Absolutely.
And the third one was advocacy. How are we going to influence our own people to get engaged and to bring the strength of the revolution of communications plus the ability to influence policy and public opinion. And that's where Zero Force came in. But on the Zero Force, what we've done is we've put a stall on it. Because what we wanted to do is get more depth on exactly how we're handling the problem in the field. So I now have most of my people, although working at a Dalhousie University, are spending a lot of their time in the Congo, South Sudan, Central African Republics, right now Sierra Leone, Rwanda, Burundi, and we're garnering much more hard data that will help us then to focus the advocacy and then bring
About the information.
That's right, and bring that sort of sense of purpose and influence and data that you would need to do an advocacy exercise like Zero Force.
Sure.
And so Zero Force, when we launched it, was testing the waters. Looks like it'll work. Now what we did is we pulled back. We're getting a lot more strength, more depth.
Preparing yourself.
And then we're going to relaunch.
For the final push, sure.
Well, that's it from us, CB.
Have a great half day.